Cora! Oh my god, hello! This is outrageous!
Good day, Bonnie.
What precisely do you mean? I'm your younger sister. It saddens me that you aren't pleased to receive a communication from me.
So who can blame me? So go ahead and do it. What do you desire this time?
What do you mean when you say this time? Why are you so mean to me every time I text or call you?
You want to know why? Bonnie, I don't have all day. Please explain why you are texting me.
Fine. Mom just told me you had a boyfriend now. Is this accurate?
Yes.
Why didn't you inform me about him at the time? This is something you usually do to me. When it comes to males, you never tell me anything.
I'm not sure why. Besides, it's not like I tell you anything about my personal life.
You should always inform me. I keep reminding you to let me know if you meet a new guy. I need to know how kind they are and if they are a suitable match for me.
God, please don't let this happen again.
This is why I don't want to talk to you about guys, much alone anything else in my life. Why?
I'm not going on dates with men just so you can get into their trousers. They are not for you to pluck off of me as if they were disposable. I can't believe you believed you could just text me after finding out I had a new boyfriend. After what you did, you literally have no right to ask me about my new relationship.
What do you mean? What's the harm? We live in a free country as far as I can tell. Since when have I been denied my rights?
Bonnie, you're so irritating. 4 years ago, do you remember what you did back then? You took my ex-husband. What did you bump your head on?
Oh my goodness.
Mom even cut you off, yet you still go around to her house as if nothing has happened. Stop going to her house unannounced. I don't want you to come over here, so leave us alone. You eat and watch TV anyway. So stop being such a bothersome, useless brat.
What's the point? That is also my residence. That is the residence of my own mom. Of course, I'm free to go whenever I choose. Cora, why are you acting like such a jerk?
Please quit bothering Mom and me in this manner.
No. For one thing, how would I meet your new man if I don't go there? And I'd like to see how things are between you two.
Please excuse me. And why would you feel the need to spy on me in such a way?
I'll give you credit for catching a lot of incredibly attractive men. You have an excellent track record in this regard. It simplifies my job and eliminates the need for me to do the legwork myself.
What the heck?
But as you can see, good attractive boys appear better with a nice-looking girl, such as myself. Do you get what I'm saying? It's better for images because we all know how Instagram can be. If I join forces with a cute guy, I'll gain more followers and the video will go viral. You know what I mean?
What is your problem? What is my relationship to you?
And what does that imply? Anyway, look at that. Every guy you've ever dated has had feelings for me, right?
What on earth are you on about?
It just goes to show how diligent you are in locating these men for me. I mean, the habit has become quite thick. This system has gotten to me.
What system? Is there no such thing as a system?
You fetch the hot guys, I test them out, and if I like them, they get to have my fun. If I don't, that's the end of it.
What are you talking about now? Oh my God, you're babbling. You're making no sense. Who are you talking about? There has only been one significant relationship in my life. And you stole my ex-husband? You're crazy! Bonnie, go seek some assistance.
No, recall. Elias in junior high? The high school basketball captain? Again, what was his name? Tom. No, Roy. No! Never mind, maybe it was Zane. And who was that Greek model?
Bonnie, hold on. They were never my boyfriends. I never dated those guys. Stop making this stuff up.
Wow, come on. I know you remember. Or do you want me to remind you of something?
Although I had several close male friends, they were never my boyfriends. First and foremost, Elias was simply a friend. Not more, not less. By the way, the name of the basketball player was Otis.
Oh, that's it, Otis.
People assumed we were together since he and I spent so much time together, but we were never that. So that's all. And Basil, the person who performed some modeling work here and there, he did ask me out, but I was already seeing my ex-husband at the time, so nothing occurred. That's all there is to it. I've never dated any of them. Are you content now?
Really?
You went after them because you thought they were my lovers. So, I'm not sure what you're so pleased of, because other from my ex-husband, you've never stolen one of my guys.
Oh my gosh, this just makes me want to take your existing partner even more.
Please excuse me. What did you just say to me, Bonnie?
So you just told me that the males I took from you weren't really yours. That means I've accomplished nothing. So this may be my next challenge. I'm gonna steal another one of your lovers and make him mine.
What's the matter with you? You're the worst person I've ever met. The worst sister imaginable. You're a boyfriend thief.
A boyfriend thief?
People like you are referred to as such. Check it out if you don't trust me. You're a narcissist who simply enjoys the excitement of an affair and the feeling of being chosen over someone else, which is completely absurd because it's all a game to you when all you're doing is hurting people's feelings. You're such a horrible person because you have no idea how much damage you're inflicting. I'm sure you enjoy having so much power and control. And congratulations, especially since there is no commitment required. Do you believe it's ideal for you and your commitment phobia? But you'll see one day. You'll realize that what you're doing is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do to anyone. And you'll be damned for it.
Oh wow, you just called me a bunch of names. Cora, I'm offended. I'm pretty upset right now, but I believe you simply placed your wager.
What is your wager?
Keep an eye on me, sis. I'm going to take your guy. Yes, your present man, and you'll regret calling me any of those things.
Bonnie, whatever. You've got no notion who he is. I haven't even properly informed Mom about him. So you're not going to be able to do that.
Believe me, I will.
No way are you going to do to my boyfriend what you did to me and Egan. What, after all, is going on between you and Egan? Are you still in love with him? I'm sure he has no idea what you do behind his back. I'm sure he has no idea who you truly are. He's been duped, poor him. But who cares, he abandoned me for you anyway.
Wait, Egan. Who exactly is Egan?
For God's sake, Bonnie, don't play dumb with me. My ex-husband, you jerk.
Oh, I know quite a few, Egan. And I slept with a few.
You are pitiful.
Oh, finished a long time ago.
What? You've solved the problem of snatching him from me. You guys broke up after you duped him, damaged my faith and trust in him, and ruined our marriage?
Whoopies.
Didn't you call him your trophy husband back when he was still my husband? What is the truth? This is not something I believe. Are you serious about me, Bonnie?
We did, in fact, break up.
Why?
Oh, I'm not sure. I simply became bored. I no longer loved him. He wasn't a really good catch in the first place.
What the hell happened?
I realized there were a lot more fish in the sea as well.
You're repulsive.
But it's fantastic. I can go boyfriend poaching again now that I'm as free as a bird, as you so sweetly put it earlier.
Okay, Bonnie. I've already informed my boyfriend about your deception.
Deception. You're so impolite.
And how you've stolen people who mean a lot to me in the past? Bonnie, you are a scheming and unattractive slut.
A slut? Quit talking. I'm not a slut.
Oh, believe me, you're nothing but a disgusting, filthy, scrawny ill creature, and you're going to get it. So, go ahead. Try me. See if you can separate me from my boyfriend. I'm not going to make it easy for you this time.
The challenge has been accepted.
A few months later.
Cora, hello. We haven't texted in quite some time. Did you forget about me? Anyway, I'm just dropping by to let you know that I now have your guy. I was expecting you to be all over it, bombarding my phone with messages. But since you haven't said anything to me, I'm guessing you don't mind. You should, however, because he's sweet and I'm in love with him. And I have to thank you for handing him over to me so quickly. Cora, I know you are reading my texts. In any case, George is a wonderful person, isn't he? He was so simple to snatch away from you. It didn't take long for me to sleep with him either. I only went to your apartment, knocked, and fluttered my eyes a little. Then something magical happened, and presto, before you knew it, we were having a great time in bed. If you catch what I mean. By the way, I can't believe he works for one of the world's largest media tech firms. And he is the most attractive man I've ever dated. He's in better hands with me than with you, sis. Oh, I almost forgot. We've chosen to marry as soon as possible. Yes, you read that correctly. That is exactly what I stated. Oh, and before I forget, another thing? Since I stole your precious man for the second time, I'm come to apologize. Sorry for snatching yet another man from you. See, even if I wanted to, I can't. Deep down, I'm a kind person. So, sis, I apologize. But please accept my apologies. Okay, you're not responding to any messages, and it's becoming tedious. So, bye!
A few hours later,
What the hell is going on, Bonnie? You stole my lover and are now marrying him? You've gone insane!
Oh, Cora, there you are. Yeah. Did you read every single one of my messages? Thank you for sending me another handsome dude. I appreciate how simple this is for me.
Bonnie, what are you on about? Isn't this just bogus?
Oh no, sis. This is the reality. You proposed to me and things progressed from there and we ended up at the courthouse. So, we're officially married now.
What? Are you certain?
Thank you very much. George makes me very happy.
George?
Yes. He moved into my flat after leaving yours. And now we are here.
But who's George?
Jory is my hubby. I understand you're not used to hearing that, but you'll have to grow used to it.
Yeah, but the name of my lover is George. So it's either a typo or you've got the wrong guy. I already know which one it is, and I'm eager to hear what you have to say about it.
What the hell?
Just so you know, my guy is British.
British. He's Mexican, not American. George, it states such in some weird documents I have here.
Didn't your mother tell you that my boyfriend's name is George?
Sure thing, George.
I suppose it's difficult to tell in writing? Mom must have read it out aloud like George. You know what I mean?
So I'm not with your George. Who is this person? Are you telling me this isn't the man you're going to marry?
It appears to be so. This is such a classic story. Oh, this is going to be a long time. You thought George was my George.
No, wait a minute. I thought you and your partner were living together. I thought you were at your apartment, so when I saw George, I assumed it was him and... What the heck is going on?
Where did you stay? Did you go to the Hogtown one?
Yes.
Now it'll make sense.
What? Please tell me. What's going on here?
I left that apartment about a year ago.
What?
Perhaps another man with a similar name moved in and you mistaken him for my sweetheart. Bonnie, little Bonnie. Isn't this amazing? It appears that justice has finally come to my aid.
So, where exactly are you now? What city do you live in?
New York. New York.
New York? What on earth are you doing in New York? All this time, I assumed you were in Toronto's Hogtown. When did you decide to relocate?
Yep, because George is a native New Yorker, I relocated to be with him.
Unbelievable. Oh my God, I'm still perplexed. You and your boyfriend George are in New York.
He's actually my hubby now. We were officially wedded.
What? So, to whom am I married? I'm about to go insane. This cannot be true. This is absurd.
It's karma, as I have stated.
Is Mom aware of this?
Without a doubt. And she's overjoyed for me. Anyway, I suppose you deserve congratulations?
No, I had planned to steal your boyfriend. What have I been up to all this time? This is insane! Oh my God!
a month later,
Cora, what exactly is going on here? Are you aware of this? I returned to Mom's house and there was no one there. Who is the man who lives there? I'm gone.
Hello, Bonnie. You returned to your mother's house. You should have just asked her before showing up.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have known where to start with all of this. I needed to clear my head, so I immediately packed my belongings and left. I can't take it any longer. What happened to her?
So, what was the first thing that happened?
Okay, this is going to sound insane.
Don't you think I'm tired of hearing your wacky stories by now?
Whatever. But listen, this is insane. George, it turned out, had a fiancé.
Oh, wow!
And when she discovered that he was cheating on her with me, she pulled out all the stops to make me pay the price. She's actually forcing me to pay for their wedding, which has now been cancelled due to this whole mess. That's a lot of money. Cora, she's forcing me to spend $100,000 for the wedding. I'm not kidding when I say $100,000, rounded up. Where am I going to get that type of money? And why should I pay anything when he was the one who cheated on his fiancée? Even simply thinking about it makes me want to pull my hair out. I require Mom's assistance. I need her money.
No! Don't even think about asking Mom for money to cover your stupid behind. That will not happen.
But where is Mom?
She's right here with me. With us.
What? Are you in New York?
Yes, I couldn't leave her all alone in Toronto, could I? She stated that she needed a change of scenery. Don't worry, she loves it here.
What the hell happened? So, what do I do now? You two abandoned me. What gives you the right to do that to me?
Take a look at what you did to me, Bonnie. You stole my ex-husband and damaged my marriage while also upsetting my mother. That was the final straw for Mom, as you well know. So this is nothing compared to that. You've been an awful selfish person, daughter and sister. Can you blame her for wanting to end the conversation?
This is not going to happen. I'm not going to allow you folks cut me off.
Bonnie, you don't have a say in the matter? Beggars can't be picky. You should be thankful that I'm still responding to your text message in this matter. I still haven't forgiven you or forgotten what you did. It isn't easy, believe me.
I'm in need of assistance over here. I need to get out of this situation, please. I had to divorce George and leave. I can't return to that flat in this state. I want his fiancée to reconcile with him and stop pestering me about paying the penalties.
This isn't my problem. Bonnie, you're on your own.
No, but we're family. I swear, I'll change my ways. Please, I'll be courteous.
Bonnie, I'm through here. Bye.
After that,
I blocked Bonnie from my phone and all of my social media accounts after this discussion. So I'm not sure what's going on in her life. But Mom discovered what she's been up to, and it appears that she's been working odd jobs here and there to make ends meet in Toronto. Of course I'm concerned. But I can't keep indulging her and attempting to help her every time she gets into trouble. Especially with this one, because it's all her fault. Plus, I still haven't forgiven her for destroying my first marriage. I'm just going to concentrate on my newlywed life with my wonderful husband George and taking care of my mother so she can enjoy a happy life with us. Bonnie will have to learn things the hard way until I unblock her.
Jane, we need to talk.
What's wrong, Mom?
About your high school.
You said you want to go to the private school in the other city even though it's far? Yeah, I did. I really want to go to that school. I know it's a bit far, but it's such a great school. They have an amazing cheerleading team and I want to be a part of it. Their uniform is so cute too.
All right, Jane. Then let's go check out the school next week and ask about the enrollment.
Really, Mom? But you said I can't go to that school because I'll have to wake up real early. And you don't want to have to wake me up every morning. I thought you weren't going to ever let me go there. What changed your mind, Mom?
You won't have to wake up too early if we live close to the school. It won't be a problem anymore. I won't have to wake you up and you can walk yourself to school. So getting to class on time will be your responsibility.
Just you and I? I mean, I'd be happy to be living close to the school, but what about Dad? Isn't he moving with us?
No, Jane. Your dad and I are thinking of getting divorced. We're thinking we should get divorced by the time you graduate from your current. After that, we can move to the area close to your high school. Just you and I, Jane. Do you think it's a good idea?
Why are you getting divorced, Mom? What's the reason?
It's just that your dad and I had a big fight. We can't stay together anymore. We've had many fights before, but this one is just a bit too much. So divorce is the only solution we could come up with.
Mom, could it be that the real reason you're getting divorced is because Dad cheated on you?
How did you know that, Jane?
Yeah, I saw him holding hands with a young woman not long ago.
I'm sorry you had to see something like that. It must have been shocking to see him with a woman. But this makes it easier to talk to you since you know the truth already. Your dad betrayed us by being with that other woman. You and I don't seem to matter as much to him anymore. That's why I thought it'd be a good idea for us to move to a different city away from here. Just you and I together.
I'm not going with you. I'd rather stay here with Dad. So if you still want to move to a different city, you can go ahead, but do that on your own. I'm not coming along. Don't bring me into your mess.
Jane, what are you talking about?
Are you saying that you prefer to stay with Dad even though he betrayed us?
That's what I'm saying. It's not something unusual. I see celebrities cheating on each other all the time. It's not a big deal. He might be cheating on you, but he's still a good dad. He makes good money and buys me anything I need. Sure, but that's not all, is it? He barely spends time with us anymore. Well, if he wasn't making enough money, that would be a problem. But he works hard and makes lots of money, and that's good enough for me. I don't care if he doesn't spend a lot of time with me. Dad makes a lot more money than you. So there's no way I'm choosing to be with you.
Are you saying that you're choosing which parent to go with just by their amount of income?
Is that what you're really saying?
I'm just 15 now. I needs to be financially supported by an adult. Am I saying something wrong?
Well, then you should be picking me.
What? Are you kidding?
Jane, work is different. You should know one thing.
I don't have to know nothing, Mom. Because I already know that you only make little money comparing to Dad. I don't want to have to hear any excuses or lies from you. Just leave us alone and go live on your own. You're pretty much a housewife with no money.
A housewife with no money? Is that how you see me?
Sorry, Mom, but Dad told me everything. He told me that you two are thinking of getting divorced. And when you do, he told me not to go with you because I'll end up having to live dirt poor. I don't want to be poor.
Did he really say that to you? I can't believe it.
No matter what you say, I'm going to live with Dad. You can go ahead and move to a different city anytime you want. You don't have to wait for my graduation. Mom, I heard from Dad that you're getting kicked out by him. Apparently, he told you to get out of the house, is that true?
Yes, he did. That's what he told me. That's why I started to pack my stuff and getting ready to leave.
You seem really calm, Mom. I thought you'd be sobbing and whining about having to leave.
Jane, I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you sure you're going to stay with Dad? You really don't want to come along with me?
Stop being so annoying, Mom. I already told you like a million times that I'm choosing Dad. Stop asking me that question.
Do you understand that he just goes off and puts his needs before his family's? He cheated on me, Jane. That's not what a decent adult does when they're married. You're old enough to understand the difference, right? I just want you to rethink. This is a very important decision before you regret it. Also, remember how your dad was never really there for you at any of the important life events.
Yeah, but he always tried to make it up by buying me stuff. It's not all that bad. So, Mom, stop making it sound like he's a terrible person. Plus, what matters to me more is who has enough money to keep me happy.
If that's what matters to you the most, then you should be coming along with me.
What? You're right, minimum wage job. There's no way you make enough money to keep me happy.
It's not like what you think, Jane.
Okay, Mom. Go start with your excuses again. I don't want to hear any of it. You should be more worried about yourself, Mom.
Why should I be worried about myself?
Because you should just let Dad be with whoever he wants, but stay married to him. Are you sure you're going to be financially okay if you divorce him?
Why would I do that? There's no way I'm accepting your dad and his infidelity. How could you even say that to me?
Well, I'm just worried about your financial situation after you get divorced. You're going to be poor without him. Stop being so stuck up and just realize that you need to have to live a good life. You should be begging him not to get divorced.
Excuse me? Do you realize what you're saying?
Let me ask you one last time. Are you going to be okay without Dad?
Don't worry about me, I'll be fine because I make $200,000 a year.
What are you joking?
Thanks for worrying so much about me. I was worried you didn't care about me anymore. I'm glad to know you still care about me. All these years I raised you was not in vain.
Mom, what are you saying? Did you just make a typo or something? You mean 20,000 a year? There's no way you make 200,000. Dad said you don't even make 20,000 a year. You only make half of that.
Dad told you that? Really?
Yeah, he told me you only make 10,000 a year. He said you only make minimum wage and that's why your income is so little. But unlike you, Dad makes 100,000 a year only by working 4 days a week. That's why he said that I'd be much better off with him than you.
Okay, first thing you should know is that someone who can cheat on others is also a person who can easily lie to others. Don't believe anything your dad says. Your dad's making 100,000 a year by working just 4 days a week? Don't make me laugh, Jane. He doesn't even have a job. It's all a lie.
What? What do you mean he doesn't have a job? You mean he's unemployed now? That's crazy.
You seem to have believed everything your dad says, Jane. But the truth is that he's not working at all. He stopped working 3 years ago when he quit his job. I worked hard because your dad won't work. And I ended up making $200,000 a year. I'm the one who feeds you and your dad not just by cooking. I'm the one who makes the money that takes care of everything in this family. And of course including the things your dad bought you.
How do I know you're telling the truth? Maybe Dad is telling the truth and you're lying to just win me over.
If you don't believe me, why don't you go ask your dad?
But he already told me the truth and you're lying. I'm 100% sure there's no way he quit his job. Dad's been gone every day from early morning until late at night. He was just in formal clothes whenever we left the house.
That's just how he dresses. So that nobody thinks he's an unemployed. But the truth is he's been going to Grandma's house every day.
What? Why he visits the grandma?
He was visiting Grandma every day to take care of her. You've been so busy with school activities and hanging out with friends that you haven't visited Grandma for so long. But I guess Dad hasn't told you that Grandma is not doing so well. Her illness is getting so bad that she can't take care of herself anymore.
What? I didn't know about that. Why didn't Dad tell me? But Mom, Dad's not being lazy and doing nothing all day. He's actually taking care of Grandma. He didn't tell you because he didn't want you to know he's unemployed. But that's good that he's taking care of Grandma. He shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm proud of him.
That's what I thought of him too at first.
Oh, what do you mean? Aren't you proud of him?
I was proud of him for the first year he was actually taking care of her all by himself. But he put her into the nursing home 2 years ago and kept lying to me that he was still taking care of her. He was actually doing nothing for these past couple of years. He lied to me so that I wouldn't be asking him to get a job again. So he kept using Grandma as an excuse to not looking for a job.
Then what is he doing now? Does he still go to Grandma's house?
Yes, he just goes there and watches YouTube and plays video games all day long. He eats takeout pizza every day. He's living the life of a teenager's dream. And in the end he got so bored that he started seeing other women.
What? I can't believe it. He's been using the money you worked hard to get to order pizza and go on dates with other women?
Yes, but you still want to be with Dad, right? I'll leave the house to you too. I hope you have fun living with your dad and your new mom.
Mom! Please text me back right now.
What's that? You seem to be in a hurry. Is something wrong? Just tell me.
Please don't leave without me. I'm coming along with you. I decided to stay with you, Mom. I'll end up being poor if I stay with Dad. I don't want. I'm sorry I misunderstood you, Mom. So please take me with you.
I thought you wanted to stay with Dad.
I heard from Dad that you got a lawyer and you're going to take everything. He said he's going to have nothing left.
Yes, I'm going to get him to pay for what he did. In the divorce settlements, it'll be taken into consideration how much he leached off me. I'm not a petty person, but I have no compassion left for that man. My lawyers will make sure I get everything. His parents also helped him keep his affair and about Grandma being in a nursing home a secret. So I'm cutting off the money I've been sending monthly. Of course, being divorced, I would have no reason to send it anyway. But they didn't know your father is unemployed.
Because of that, everyone is fighting with each other here. They're screaming and yelling right and left. Plus, everyone is saying that they don't want anything to do with Dad anymore.
I'm sorry you're having to go through that.
Dad didn't think you'd end up having to pay you so much money. He doesn't have a job and is not capable of paying a lot of money. He has to pay nothing or something like $5,000.
He really thought I was going to take it easy? Even if he can't pay now, he'll have to find a way to pay for all of it. I'm putting in a lot of money to sue him. I'm not losing this case to him.
Not only did he think he had to pay you very little, he was planning on having us live at Grandpa's house. Then they wouldn't have to pay for rent and Dad's girlfriend has a job that pays pretty well.
So he was thinking of relying on her financially. Wow, he was going to stay jobless even after he got divorced. He really doesn't want to work.
His girlfriend didn't know that we were all going to live together at Grandpa's place. When she found out that Dad was intending on getting her to financially support us, she got furious and left. Now we can't get a hold of her. She won't answer any of Dad's phone calls or reply to his messages.
I'd be furious too if I were her. That man needs to get his priorities straight or he's going to lose everything.
After that, Dad went to Grandpa to ask him to lend some money. Then Grandpa got angry, saying that it's all Dad's fault that Grandpa is losing his monthly allowance. So Dad that he's no longer his son and kicked us out of the house.
I guess nobody thought that telling lies to me would end up like this. They were all taking me for granted and now seeing what's happening to them. I'm not going to let anybody mess with me anymore.
I don't want to end up being alone with my unemployed dad. He's telling me to drop out of school and get a job as soon as possible.
There's no way he'd be able to pay for that private school. Can't believe that he's trying to get his daughter to work so that he doesn't have to work. How low can he think?
I don't want to stay with him anymore, Mom. Let me be with you.
Jane. I don't want to take you anymore after all. Don't you forget things you've said to me? I feel like all those years I raised you was lost in vain. I felt like not only your dad abandoned me, but my own daughter did too.
Please don't say that, Mom. I only misunderstood. I'm sorry.
You only changed your mind because you finally realized that I have money and your dad doesn't even know. That's what I tried to tell you before so you could make the right decision. But you wouldn't believe me. Now you take your consequences for your decision. I'm not going to help you out. I think I spoiled you too much that you became like this. You need to learn the hard way so you can grow up to be a proper adult.
If you're not going to take me back, then we have an idea too. We're going to get you to pay us $5,000 every month for child support. Dad told me that you're going to have to pay that much.
Sure, but your dad and everyone else can't pay me the amount they're supposed to pay me. So I'll just subduct it from the child support money that I'm supposed to give to your dad. Which you know, it'll leave you with nothing for a while.
How? I don't get it. That means we won't get any child support money forever.
Yes, you should know that.
Wait. You're really not going to help me?
Sorry, Jane, but I can't do anything else. You need to learn a lesson after all. The court decided that the money my ex-husband is supposed to pay to Jane will be deducted from the child support. He continues to remain unemployed, so Jane had to get a part-time job while she attended her local high school. But she dropped out soon after that. She became rebellious and often got into trouble with the police. My ex-husband is about to find another girlfriend who makes a lot of money so that he can leech off of her. But of course his refusal to work or do anything around the house soon caused constant fights. Both of them should learn a hard lesson. I totally have no responsibility for them. That's what they get.
Hi, Mom. I wanted to talk to you about something. Because I've been thinking a lot. I want to move out of the house and continue studying at the university. I want to attend.
Oh, that's a big plan. But I think you should think again. 'Cause study in high school 3 is more than enough. That university is unnecessary and a waste of money. So you can't go to school in time because of housework.
Mom, I've grown up. University is very important to me. I want to go to work with a college degree.
I understand you want to pursue your education. But I don't think it's necessary for you to go to university right now. You need to assist me in taking care of the baby if you want to earn money. University is really expensive. You would have to work part-time just to pay for your education.
I know the cost is high. But I'm willing to work hard and do what it takes to pay for my education. I think it's time for me to focus on my own life and career. Instead of having to take care of your baby, time has been enough.
I need your help with the baby, Doris. I can't do it all on my own.
I understand that. But I'm old enough to take care of myself and contribute to our household. I want to be independent.
It's not just about the money, Doris. I need your help with the baby. You're her sister and you have a responsibility to her.
I love her. But I need to focus on my future too. I want to go to school and make something of myself.
I don't want you to waste your money on something that's not necessary right now. High school 3 is enough.
With all due respect, Mom. This is my life and my future. I need to make the decisions that are right for me. I want to go to university and I hope you can support me.
It's too expensive, Doris. And I really need your help. Tuition at the school has ranged from $50,000 to $60,000. Doris, you won't be able to work much to meet your tuition fees. My child's school fees should be self-pay. I can't work to pay your tuition.
I understand that you're worried about the cost. But I'm willing to work hard and find ways to pay for my education. I can help when I have time. But I need to focus on my studies too.
This is a really tough decision for us, Doris. I'm not sure what to do.
I know it's tough, but I hope you can trust me and support me in pursuing my dreams.
I really need your help with the baby, Doris. I think you should think more about making money. Your salary to spend on studying is not enough.
So I want you to allow me to stay in the school dormitory. I can also work as a tutor to earn extra income.
Okay, I'll think about it more.
My darling, what are you doing?
Tom, I'm feeling upset again. I really want to go to school, but my mother just won't let me.
I'm sorry to hear that. But why does she think so?
She thinks that studying at the university is very expensive. She cannot pay the fees. My mom needs someone to take care of her baby.
Don't be sad, honey. But don't give up on your dreams. You can make it happen if you really want to.
I know, but I don't have the money to pay for university if I don't have job.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I can help with your tuition for the first year, and you can stay in the dormitory.
Really? That would be amazing. Thank you, Tom.
Of course, I want to support you in any way I can. And if you do well in school, you can even get a scholarship.
You're so sweet, Tom. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Say, how about we celebrate tonight? Let's go to a nice restaurant.
That sounds great. I'd love to go out with you.
Awesome, I know a great place. Let's go get ready.
However, that night Tom did not come. I was very worried for Tom. Tom, where were you yesterday? Why didn't you show up at the restaurant like we planned?
Doris, I thought you canceled on me. You texted me saying that you couldn't make it.
What? I never sent you any such message. Someone must have played a prank on you.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Because I remember getting a message from your number that said you couldn't come.
Tom, listen. I never sent you any such message. I don't know who did it, but I can assure you that it wasn't me.
Okay, I understand. But why didn't you call me if you didn't send the text?
Tom, my phone had some serious issues, so I left my phone at home. I couldn't use it for the whole day. I came to the restaurant and waited for you, but you never showed up.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Doris. I wish I had known this earlier. I wouldn't have missed our plan.
Tom, I am very disappointed in you. You should have called and checked if everything was okay. Also, how did somebody get hold of my phone?
I understand, Doris, and I apologize for causing you any trouble.
OMG! I understand how you would receive my text. My mom took my phone to text you. She read all our conversations, and she is not happy with the fact that I have been going out with you.
Oh no, really? Why is that?
She thinks that we are getting too serious too soon. You know, parents can be very overprotective.
I see. I understand her concerns. But Doris, I have really enjoyed spending time with you. I promise to be patient and not rush things if that is what your mother wants.
Thank you, Tom. That is very thoughtful of you. I appreciate it. I think I need to talk to my mother and explain our situation to her. Maybe she will understand.
Sure, take your time. In the meantime, I will make it up to you for missing our date. Can we plan something special for next weekend?
Sounds great, Tom. Let's do that.
So I'll schedule an appointment this week. I'll give you a call, okay?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that I transferred you $50,000 for your tuition fees at the university.
What? I didn't get any notification for the transaction yet. Are you sure you sent it to the right person?
Yes, I am sure. I double-checked everything before making the transaction. It should be in your bank account by now.
That's so weird. Let me check my account balance again. Doris checks her account balance. No, I still don't see any transaction for $50,000. I am so worried right now. What should we do?
Don't worry, Doris. It sometimes takes a few days for the transaction to process. Maybe you can check your bank card and see if it shows the transaction.
Bank card? I can't see it. I misplaced it a few days ago. I have been searching for it, but I can't seem to find it.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Maybe you misplaced it somewhere in your room. You should go check again. There might be a chance that it is there somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go back to my room and search for it again. Hopefully, I'll find it this time.
Sure. Let me know if you need any help. And don't worry about the transaction. It should show up in a few days.
Thank you, Tom. I'll check my room and let you know if I find the bank card.
No problem, Doris. Do take care and all the best with finding the bank card.
Suddenly, I got a notification from the bank that the money has been transferred to my mother's bank account number. I was very surprised, quickly texted my mother to talk. Mom, what did you do? Why did you transfer my tuition money without my consent?
Oh, come on, Doris. I thought you needed help. I knew that you were struggling to pay your tuition fees, so I decided to help you out.
But I didn't ask for your help. You have no right to do that without my permission.
Look, I understand that you are angry, but you should be grateful to me. You are staying at my house, and you should pay the rent and utilities. This money should be used for that.
I understand that, but I spent most of my time taking care of your baby. I couldn't go to work to pay the rent. And besides, that money was lent to me by Tom. I need to pay back Tom and not use it for other things.
Well, you should have thought of that before taking Tom's money. It's not my fault that you are in this situation.
But it's not fair. You can't just take my money like that. I need it for my tuition fees.
I understand that, but I can't just give you the money back. You need to start paying your bills and rent first before you pay me back.
That's not fair. You can't just decide when and how I should pay you back. I want my money back, and I want it now.
Look, Doris. I understand that you are upset, but I can't just give you the money back. We need to come up with a plan to pay the bills and rent first.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I can't stay here anymore. I need to find another place to stay. I can't believe you would do this to me.
Doris, please don't leave. Let's work something out. We can talk about it and figure out a way to pay the bills and rent so that you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I don't know, Mom. I just feel so betrayed. I need some time to think about it. But for now, I need you to give me back my money. I can't stay here anymore. Moreover, I can't believe you used my phone to text Tom. That's an invasion of my privacy.
Doris, calm down. I just wanted to talk to him about something important.
But that's none of your business. You have no right to interfere in my personal life like that.
Doris, I understand that you care about Tom. But I don't think he's suitable for you. He's always trying to pull you out of your relationship between you and me. He's not good for you.
That's not true. Tom loves me. He's always been there for me.
But Doris, he's always trying to pull you away from me. You need to break up with him.
No, I can't do that. I love him, and I need him in my life.
Doris, I'm not trying to hurt you, but I just want you to see that Tom is not the right person for you. Tom is splitting that relationship between the two of.
I understand that, Mom, but I still think that. I don't want to break up with him. Mom. But please don't use my phone again without my permission. That's not okay.
I'm sorry, Doris. I won't do it again. I just wanted to talk to Tom about something important. I didn't mean to invade your privacy.
Mom. I want my money back. If you don't give it back, I will report it to the police.
Doris, you've got to be kidding me. You are really going to do this? After all I've done for you?
Yes, I'm serious.
Fine, I'll give you back the money. But just know that you've betrayed me, Doris. I never thought you would do something like this.
Betrayed you? What are you talking about, Mom?
All of this drama with Tom. You're not thinking about your family or your sister. You just want to move out and be with him. It's not fair to anyone else.
That's not true, Mom. I love Tom and he loves me. And I'm moving to the dorm because it's closer to my school.
Whatever, Doris. I don't want to argue about this anymore. This afternoon, I will transfer the tuition amount back to you.
Thank Mom.
You're welcome. But just know that our relationship will never be the same after this.
Mom, I hope you will understand and allow me to pursue my dream of going to school. It's really important to me that I go to university. It's my dream. And I also wanted to talk to you about Tom.
What about Tom?
We've been dating for a while now and I really care about him. I hope you can support our relationship.
Doris. I need time to think about it.
I understand. But I promise that I will come back on the weekends to help you take care of my sister.
I appreciate that, Doris. It's important to me that you're there for your family.
Of course, family is important. That's why I'm hoping for your understanding about the money and my relationship with Tom.
Okay, Doris. I've thought about it and I understand how important going to university is for you. You can keep the money and use it for your tuition. As for your relationship with Tom, I'll consider it and we can talk more about it later.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate your support. After a while, my mother also allowed and supported me to go to college. I also found a job teaching at the school. My relationship with my mother is better. She supported me going forward with Tom.
It's been a while. Sis, do you remain single? That is pitiful.
I'm single, so what, I guess.
Yeah.
What exactly do you want? I assume you don't have much spare time to bother me with pointless things.
Yes, I am, but unlike my sister who dropped out of school, I recently received my degree from the University of Los Angeles. I want to tell you something essential, but I'm so busy right now.
It is what?
Actually, I will shortly be getting married.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congrats.
Thank you, sis.
Who then is the lucky one? Who is she like? Ethan, I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
Oh, you must be curious. Sis, are you prepared to be envious? LOL.
Please, just let me know.
Actually, I recently became engaged to a brilliant girl who also works for a large corporation. Even my grades are better than hers. Even last year, she took home the President's Award. She is a very beautiful young lady.
Wow, your fiancé is employed by the same business as you. She must be quite brilliant because she also won the President's Award.
We are what you would call a power couple since she is intelligent and successful, haha. Since we both work for large corporations, when we get married, our household income will definitely be more than $100,000.
She works for a large firm and earns a nice salary, which is very wonderful, right?
You see, I was the one who selected her. She is completely apart from my lonely, solitary sister.
What?
You are still unmarried and residing at our parents' house, according to our parents. What a poor individual from the bottom of society, as would be anticipated from someone who dropped out of high school.
What are you saying to your older sister, by the way?
Sis, are you crazy? LOL. Just expressing the facts, please. You still reside at home despite having dropped out of high school, correct? Your situation is dire, sis. You made a terrible decision by leaving high school.
Huh?
You could have been able to join a reputable firm and achieve success like me if you had attended university, just as I did. Your life is being wasted, sis.
Well, you choose that kind of life, therefore it is your own problem. It's not like I picked it voluntarily. If I had the option, I would have attended high school and college as well. But you must be aware that even though I wanted to attend class, I was unable to do so due to some of my classmates harassing me.
You decide to skip class just because some of your classmates excluded you, then. What a ridiculous excuse, LOL. Seriously, if you stop attending school because you were left out by your pals, you have a poor mental state. Selecting such a life just for that motive? Sincerely, I find it incomprehensible.
How difficult it was for me back then, you have no clue.
What did I know about the emotions of a low-life high school dropout like you, and you had the gall to say that? You claim that you quit school because your friends excluded you. You must have a really weak will since you are useless.
What?
Imagine being introduced as a poor, illiterate, mentally frail girlfriend. That would be the very worst. How could you possibly handle that? Sincerely, I'm not at all excited about the impending dinner gathering.
An informal party? When do you intend to hold it?
Didn't Mom advise you to keep your schedule open towards the end of the month? At the end of this month, I'm going to introduce everyone to my fiancé. I arranged the dinner gathering in order to accommodate it.
My mother hasn't mentioned anything like to that to me. I won't be leaving till the end of the month, I think.
Wait, sis, you're not returning. Where are you now?
I've been in Balance since last week and had intended to stay until the end of the next month.
Are you now embarking on a path of self-discovery? LOL, sis, you're too old for it.
Not at all.
My sister is so pitiful, man. You want to travel, but your budget will only allow you to visit inexpensive Asian nations. That you don't have any money is really sad. Laughably, you're getting further and more behind me.
Anyhow, what should we do regarding the dinner party? I'm considering temporarily returning from Balin.
Nah, it's all right. Everything works out wonderfully, and you are not required to attend the dinner party. I don't want to tell my sister about my fiancé. Actually, it's advantageous that you won't be returning.
Huh?
I'll mention to my fiancé that my sister, a struggling adult and high school dropout, is presently traveling in search of herself. In any case, I doubt I could find anything for my pathetic sister.
Hello, my name is Sarah, and I recently got married to your brother Ethan. I apologize for not notifying you earlier, but I also wanted to inform you.
Have you already married?
We did, indeed. We had supper last night with my parents and these witnesses who signed our marriage license as witnesses. Ethan then asked, why don't we just submit it now? And we did it immediately.
What? Really?
We immediately went to the city hall's reception after supper and handed in the paperwork. Just today, we received a call from the city hall informing us that everything had been approved.
Okay, really? Best wishes on your marriage. Oh, and I apologize for the delayed introduction. Dilly's, Ethan's older sister, here. I'm sorry for the delayed greetings.
Don't stress over it. I understand you're on a quest for self-knowledge. Ha ha.
That's just Ethan chatting idly, I suppose. I'll absolutely come to introduce myself properly when I return to the nation. I'm sorry it took me so long to contact you.
I don't really want to share the same air with my low-life high school dropout sister-in-law, so you don't even have to kind of say hi if you don't want to. Ha ha ha. Ethan told me about you. You abandoned your studies and still reside with your parents, depending on them for everything, is I correct? I don't want to even meet somebody who lives like that because I don't want to share the same air with them.
Hold on, all of them are misperceptions. When I did leave middle school, I now have a respectable career. Although I do live with my parents, I do not rely on them for financial support.
However, how long do you intend to remain with your parents? Your parents have even expressed how irritated they are with you.
Even if you are helping with the living costs, it still isn't enough, and they really just want you to leave. Are you for real? Our parents stated that, right?
Aren't you already old enough to feel embarrassed over upsetting your family? The fact that you can act so brazenly in this circumstance makes me laugh a lot. I doubt it if I were in your shoes. Even at the same degree of shamelessness, I could master it.
I am aware of what my parents stated, but I had no malicious intent.
Well, they claim to be irritated. Being a high school dropout in and of itself is embarrassing. And you're still living at home despite your advanced age. You are unworthy. They even stated that having a daughter who is destined for shame would be preferable to having their son and his wife live with them.
What?
Anyway, we already threw away all of your belongings because my husband and I would be living with our parents. Even if you return to this location, you no longer have a place to stay. LOL. You've just returned from your self-discovery quest, and now you're going to choose a new home to live, HAHA.
Wait a second. What do you mean you disposed of my belongings? Did you just toss up my belongings without asking me to?
Yeah, LOL, we all gathered and cleaned the space. They trashed and damaged everything in an apparent effort to exact retribution.
I find it hard to comprehend how much you despise me. Even though I was living at my parents' house, I actively assisted with the household tasks and gave them money each month for living costs. Although it's likely that they thought my pay was poor, I was actually working hard to get what I was earning for him.
You know it was worthless to do things like pout and complain? Even if you tried to defend it, the situation remains the same. You were simply getting in the way of things, that's all.
I see. Just an inconvenience that I was. I find it incomprehensible that someone I've never even met must speak to me in this manner. Ethan's wife.
Please be aware that I just dislike those who are at the bottom of the heap. Since Ethan and I are elites who work for a large corporation, you should be aware that we are on a different level from you. So from now on, it will be our room.
Why would you act in such a selfish manner?
Most likely, your parents would not have preferred to live with you. And laughed as you threw your belongings away. It was fantastic. Ha ha. Did you have a vendetta or something against me?
That could be accurate. But regardless of what you say, I never finished high school.
I'm glad you can comprehend now. Ha ha. In any case, even if you return to this place, I don't want to see you. So don't go back to our parents' place, please. Your belongings are gone, and even if you return, there is no room for you here.
Oh, that works out great for me after all.
Why do you say that?
I can continue on to my next location without going back. Wow, I'm really grateful you got rid of everything at home because I feel so much lighter today. The best.
What do you mean we got rid of your stuff thanks without even asking you, is that right? How can you be grateful when you can't even return to your parents' home anymore? LOL.
I've decided to move to a new place, and it means I won't be able to help out our parents anymore. They're going for a health checkup soon, and the medical expenses could go up to $10,000. I was hoping that maybe you and I could help them out while I don't have a place to stay.
Are you serious, Dillies? This is your family we're talking about. You have a responsibility to take care of our parents. Besides, Mom and Dad promised to leave the house to Ethan and me, so you're not even allowed to step foot in there. The house doesn't welcome someone like you, who dropped out of school.
I understand that you're angry, Sarah, but please hear me out. I know it's my responsibility to take care of our parents, and I've been doing my best all this time. But circumstances have changed, and I need some support too. Moving to a new place wasn't an easy decision for me. I have my own challenges and financial constraints right now.
I can't believe you're being so selfish, Dillies. Our parents have done so much for us, and now when they need us the most, you want to back out.
I'm not trying to abandon our parents, Sarah. I still love them deeply, and I'll do whatever I can from a distance. I can contribute financially within my means, but I won't be able to provide the same level of physical support as before. I'm hoping you can understand that life isn't always straightforward, and sometimes we have to make difficult choices. Sarah, I can't believe what you just said. As someone living in my parents' house, you should also take responsibility for caring and looking after them. My parents have always considered you as family, but now I'm surprised to realize that you don't seem to acknowledge that.
It's just that I don't have financial responsibility for their care. That doesn't mean I don't worry or invest emotions in our relationship. Your parents, you should take care of yourself. Not related to me.
But Sarah, we've been living together in this house and sharing daily life. My parents have supported you both financially and emotionally. I think we should share the responsibility and contribute to taking care of them together.
Ethan and I are excellent people, graduating from the top school in the country, not like Dillies who is always just a servant at the feet of her and her husband.
What? Sarah, you are insulting me already. Sarah, I can't believe you would say something like that so casually. Ethan and you may have excelled and graduated from a top school, but that doesn't give you the right to look down on others. My parents' medical support will send them $5,000. The rest you and Ethan should be responsible for because you're the one living in my parents' house. You should be responsible for this.
That's hilarious. Why should I send money to your parents? I'm not marrying Ethan, so why should I pay? Don't even think about touching my money. That house, I talked to my parents to transfer the property to Ethan. And they agreed to this. And you should move out soon and get somewhere far away from us. Did my parents agree to transfer the property to Ethan? That's right. They don't even care what you think. Try with me to do nothing. Now the house is ours.
Hi, Dillies. It's been a while since we talked. What's up?
Great to hear from you. Seems like you have something to tell me. Go ahead.
I actually got laid off from my job because I wasn't performing well. I'm really worried about the future.
Really? Why weren't you doing well in your job?
My work attitude wasn't good, so they fired both me and Sarah. Right now, we're living with our parents and have been unemployed for a while. I was hoping that you could come back and take care of our parents in our place.
Ethan, but I can't do that. I'll only send the money equivalent to what our parents have spent. I have my own career here, and I don't want to give it up.
Dillies, what qualifications do you have to work there? You should come back and take care of our parents.
I apologize for making you angry. Currently, I manage a small restaurant with a salary of $10,000. I don't feel like a failure like you and Sarah, because I always believe I'm right and better than others.
You are just a person with no qualifications and qualifications, so go back to live with your parents. I won't come back for your unemployment.
Dillies decided not to return to her old home to continue developing her career. After 5 years of continuous work, she also went from manager to branch manager after her efforts, and also found a suitable husband for her. Ethan and Dillies always consider themselves superior to others, so they always look down on those who don't go to high school and don't have a degree, so they constantly have difficulty in their work.
Hey, Mom. Where's everybody? I just got home from work, but no one is home.
Why did you leave so early today?
I feel very good today, so I get everything done quickly and on time.
Oh, I get it.
I will make dinner. Is there something you want me to do?
No, we won't have dinner at home.
Are you eating at a restaurant?
No, we are traveling to Europe.
What?
Your dad, your sister, and we're going to have a family trip, just the three of us.
A family trip without me?
Your dad suddenly gets 2 months of paid leave. We also made some extra money from our investments, so we decided to go to Europe together. We just got on the plane.
What about me?
Why do you think you can come with us?
Huh?
You get sick very often. You will ruin our trip if we take you with us.
But I want to go to Europe.
Don't be selfish. At least let us enjoy this trip without you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine as long as you get it. Keep us safe at home.
I will.
And never contact us until we return from this trip.
What? Why? What if it's an emergency? It is possible to contact you if it is an emergency, right?
Why are you in a situation where you have to contact us? Just don't get yourself in trouble. If something really happens to you, someone else will contact us instead of you. I just don't want you to spoil our trip by making us remember your miserable face. Therefore, you should not contact us at any time until we get back.
Okay.
We have to get on the plane now. See you in 2 months. Keep the house clean and safe. And don't spend your money on useless things.
I know.
Hi, Fiona. My parents said that they saw your parents and sister at the airport yesterday. Why don't you stay with them?
Oh, hello, Otis. They traveled to Europe without me. Looks like they'll be away for 2 months.
What the hell? Why did they go on such a long trip without you?
You know how often I get sick. They said I would ruin their trip if I went with them and got sick during the trip.
That's a bad statement.
It's good now. Anyway, I have a job. I can't take 2 months off work to go with them.
But I still worry that you have to be home alone. What if something happened to you? Who will be there to help?
You are so sweet to care about someone like me. What have I done to deserve you? Thank you for always being with me. I love you.
I told you to stop talking about yourself like that. It's normal to be nice to the person you love.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It has become a habit to think of myself that way. But I will try to change for you.
Well, I guess it's inevitable that you've been around such a toxic family for over 20 years. I can understand why it's hard for you to change right away. But make small changes so you stop treating yourself badly.
Thank. You are so attentive.
Oh, you should see a doctor.
What?
Isn't now a good time to do it while your family is away?
But my mother told me not to spend money on useless things.
Your health check is not in vain. I will find you a good doctor. This is what I want most for my future wife.
Your future wife?
I was going to propose to you directly. But I can't wait any longer to let you know that I want you to be with me for the rest of my life. And I want you to be healthy so we can be together as long as possible. Don't you want to marry me? Is it because of what I do for a living?
No. Not so. That's not what I mean. It's just that my mind goes blank for a moment. I want to get married with you.
I think you'll break up with me for a second there. I won't make you regret marrying me.
Hi, Fiona. You forgot to clean the house.
Yes, Mom? Oh, that's right. It's been 2 months.
Stop acting like a fool.
I don't know where you are wandering now, but come back now and clean the house. I didn't think I would return from such a pleasant trip to a dirty house covered in dust.
Mom, I don't live there anymore. I have left.
What do you mean?
I'm not going back to that house again, so you'll have to clean it up yourself.
What do you mean you don't come back? Do you think you can continue to live alone because you get sick often?
Yes, about that. I went to the doctor and checked myself.
What? I told you not to spend money on such useless things. You should save money for something more important.
Please, listen to me. Apparently, the reason I get sick so often is my allergy to house dust.
Allergic to dust?
Now that I think about it, I don't feel bad staying in my room because I can keep it clean and tidy. But my symptoms got worse when I had to clean your room.
You mean because we live in filth, that's why you get sick? Be careful with your words when you talk to me.
But it is true. You keep your room covered with dust all the time until it's covered, and then you make me clean up for you. You could let me in the room more often to clean it up before the dust builds up, but for some reason you don't want me in the room too often. But this explains why I feel nauseous every time I walk into your room, but I'll be fine after a while.
Stop wasting my time. I don't care why you are so sensitive to dust. Wear a mask or whatever you have to do to prevent that and go back to the house to clean up.
I told you I'm not going home.
What?
My boyfriend proposed to me.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm about to get married.
Are you serious?
He always took good care of me and even took me to the doctor to find out why I was often sick. He is a wonderful person.
So you left to live with this guy? Why did you make such an important decision without asking us first?
Well, you told me not to contact you until you returned from the trip. That's why I'm telling you now.
Don't make excuses with me. We won't be able to let you get married before your sister. We will never forgive you if you get married before her.
Does she already have a fiancé?
We can't let any old man get close to her without scrutinizing her. She is our daughter. We have to be careful with who we let her be with. She can't marry someone who has no money and doesn't treat her well. We are still looking for a nice rich gentleman for her to marry.
Then when will I get married?
You don't have to get married. Either way, the man you're with probably isn't that great. After all, which man would choose to marry you?
Don't talk about him like that. He treated me so well, made me realize how badly you all treated me. You have no right to say anything like that about him.
Pay attention to your tone, Fiona.
I will get married regardless of what you say.
Fiona! Don't be so selfish. We won't let you get married. Hi, Fiona. I found out where you had your wedding.
Huh? What?
Right now I'm in the dressing room.
But I didn't invite you.
I joined using the invitation you sent your aunt.
An invitation from Aunt Kiera? What are you talking about?
You should have stayed home like a sick person. I won't let you go through this wedding, even if I have to destroy it with my own hands.
Mom, what are you going to do?
Now it's all over for you. You won't have a dress to wear. I cut it into pieces. Now you will have to cancel the entire wedding ceremony.
What? My wedding dress? But...
There is no way you can get married now. You cannot have a wedding without a wedding dress.
But I wore the dress.
What?
I mean, our wedding just ended. And I'm about to take the dress off.
What?
Where are you? Are you still in this wedding hall?
Yes, of course. I arrived at the wedding hall on Madison Street exactly as it was on the invitation.
But my wedding was in Greece.
Are you in Greece?
I just invited his family and friends. I did not invite any of my relatives.
So whose dress is this?
Could it be that you are at one of Aunt Kiera's friends' weddings?
What? Oh no.
Aunt Kiera told me that her friend's son is getting married.
I accepted this invitation from her.
Yes. Didn't you check the name on the invitation?
Oh no.
So that wedding dress was torn to pieces by you. I wonder how much it costs.
It's all your fault. Kiera's friends are making me pay not only for the wedding dress, but for the wedding itself. She canceled the wedding after learning what I did to her dress. Now she is making me pay for the wedding she canceled. How can I pay $40,000? It's your fault for having a wedding on the same day and confusing me with another wedding. And it's your fault for not listening to me about not getting married before your sister. It's all your fault. So you should pay this $40,000.
Stop talking to her like that.
What?
You are talking to my wife there. You can't treat her like that.
Who is this?
My name is Otis. Fiona and I just got married.
Is that Otis?
Oh, so you've heard of my name?
Why did the son of a gang boss marry my daughter?
We went to the same high school and I fell in love with her as soon as I saw her. Do not worry. I will not follow in my father's footsteps. I'm just an ordinary person working in a construction company.
But your dad is still.
Hey, let me talk a little bit.
I'm sorry.
If you wanted to talk about my father so much, would you like to meet him in person?
No. I don't want to.
I'm here to ask you a favor. Fiona doesn't want to see you again.
Okay. Do whatever you want.
Okay, good. I'm glad you understood so quickly. You are not as stupid as I thought. Never go near Fiona, hear me?
Yes, of course.
And another thing.
What is it?
About Fiona's sister, Hebe.
How about her?
We'll take her with us.
What?
She's already here with us.
Why is she there?
I want to be with Fiona. Our parents just treat us like dolls that they can do anything with. The only person who ever treated me like a real human being was Fiona. I don't want to go to Europe without her, but her parents keep refusing to take her with me. Please, let me stay with Fiona. That's what Hebe told us.
Did she say so?
It's disgusting that two people are trying to get her to marry a 40-year-old man just because he's rich. She's just 19 years old.
How did you find that out?
Oh, don't underestimate me. I may not be in my father's business, but I have my way to access any information I need. Hebe is beautiful and multi-talented. She's exactly the type of person the 40-year-old pig wants to marry. He wants your daughter so much that he will do anything.
Yes, he told us that too.
He even stalks her.
It's just because he loves Hebe too much.
But she was afraid of him and ran to us for help. We can't let her go back to you crazy people.
No. Wait. Please return Hebe to us. What would we do without her?
That pig will pay you if you convince Hebe to marry him, right? You just wanted to use her for money.
What?
So your plan is to get him to pay the $40,000 you owe for the wedding you destroyed. By making Hebe marry someone she doesn't want. You tell Fiona that your husband gets 2 months of paid leave. But the truth is that he quit because you thought that pig would give you enough money to live a lifetime. Bastards! You are worse than a pig lusting after your daughter.
No! We only...
Promise me you'll never go near Hebe either.
I will.
I'm glad this is going easy. I think it will be much harder to make you understand. I'm glad I don't have to convince you.
Yes, sir. Are we done talking?
Correct. I have nothing more to say to you. Don't worry about your daughter. I will take good care of them. Have fun figuring out how to pay for the wedding you ruined. My parents have stopped communicating with me and my sister. But I love my sister more than ever, and we're really close. My toxic parents lost 2 daughters at once, and the pig that wanted to have a sister was furious because they didn't keep their promise. He was so angry that he asked them to return the security deposit he had paid them when my parents agreed to force Hebe to marry him. That's the money they used for their trip to Europe, and they have nothing left to give back. So, they have to borrow money to pay him. They will now be in debt for years to come. They sold their house, but it was in such bad condition that it didn't sell for much. Now my sister and I can live freely without worrying about our toxic parents reappearing in our lives. I'm really grateful for what Otis has done for us.
Beefsteak seafood. Hey, my friend. I've heard you will have a big party this weekend, right?
Yes. Who told you about that?
Oh, that is not important. But it's just the right time. I'm craving beefsteak and seafood.
All right, why don't you go out to eat? Why are you sharing this with me?
Kira, do you really not understand what I said, or are you doing it purposefully? Do you get what I mean?
All you've mentioned was your craving for beefsteak and seafood. Where am I supposed to understand that? If you're in the mood for that stuff, just go out and eat.
When I said I wanted to eat beefsteak, it meant that I'd like you to invite me to your party. Isn't that obvious?
I'm not sure how I was supposed to pick up on that, but why must I invite you to my party? We're not close enough. Can't you go out and eat by yourself?
Oh, the thing is, I heard you're going to a fancy restaurant this weekend. It sounds delicious. I'd love to join, and I know you will invite me, huh?
I don't know where you heard that, but my family members will be invited to the party. That restaurant is pretty pricey already.
What? That doesn't seem fair. We're close friends, right? We've known each other for 5 years. Come on, Kira, can't you invite me to have dinner with you?
I already said no. If you're craving beefsteak or seafood, go ahead and treat yourself. Don't expect me to invite you to a fancy restaurant like I have a lot of money.
You can be controlling, huh? Will you make friends if you always keep telling people what to do? Oh, maybe you have me as your only friend with that attitude.
Where's that coming from? I actually have lots of friends. You don't need to worry about that. Thanks.
Oh, really? Are you really sure you have that many friends? You seem really confident about yourself, Kira. Honestly, I can't remember seeing you with that many friends. Don't you think you're exaggerating a bit?
Why are you saying that? You're just making things up for no reason? I really don't care about that. You're so stupid, Regin.
Oh, you called me stupid. Well, as your punishment, you'll have to treat me to a big meal in that restaurant, but it'll be a buffet so I can eat all I want.
You can keep talking about it, but I won't invite you to my party. Could you please stop bothering me? Don't you have plenty of other friends to bother?
You still won't give in? Too bad, because I already know where the restaurant is, and I know you're going on Sunday this week at 7 p.m. You know, I've really craved beefsteak all week, and I can't miss this chance. Even if you say no, I'll just go to the restaurant and see you there. You won't have a choice but to pay for my food. See you there, Kira.
Can I please enjoy my party with my family in peace? If you do come, you'll still have to pay for yourself.
What? That's not true? Isn't it more fun to eat with friends? The more, the merrier. Now you have me as your friend. You should invite me to the party like that, right?
You're the last person I want to eat with, especially since you always expect others to pay.
Why go to a fancy restaurant if I'm paying for myself? It doesn't make sense. If someone is going to treat their friends to an appetizing meal, it makes more sense. That's what people usually do, right?
No, it's not. People with good manners wouldn't think that's normal. Can you please stop forcing everyone to have the same thoughts as you?
Wow, you're really stubborn. But whatever, I don't care. I'm still coming to your party, and I'll make you pay for me no matter what.
Why are you so insistent? Okay, if you want to come to the restaurant, go ahead. A few days later,
I ate too much. The food was so tasty. It was indeed the right decision to come to this party. I'm heading home, so I'll let you pay the bill. I also ordered 5 orders of beefsteak to take home. Remember to pay it for me. Thanks in advance.
Sorry, but we already paid for our food online.
What?
You know, it's now easy to pay bills online. We ordered and paid for our food online before coming to the restaurant, so we don't have to worry about paying now. It's pretty convenient, don't you think?
Wait, what do you mean?
What's the matter?
You have paid for the food online? How?
Yes, it's unfortunate as it means you'll need to cover the cost of the food you ate and the orders you took home.
What did you say? You can't do that. Do you know how much one takeout order costs? It's very costly.
It's none of my business. You ordered it, so you have to pay for it.
No, I can't. You have to do something about it. You know that I don't have money to pay the bill.
So why not ask your husband to cover the cost? I think he'll help you.
I can't ask him to pay for it. Are you crazy? You are the person who has to pay for it. You asked me to come to the restaurant, right?
No. I remember I didn't put you on the guest list for the party that day. I told you many times that I didn't want you to come. You chose to sit with us at our table that day.
You're the worst. How could you do this to me?
Wait a minute. Are you making things up too much? Stop acting like a victim when you caused this yourself. I think your first mistake was thinking you could come to a party and have someone else pay for your food.
What do you mean? We're close friends, Kira. Why are you so mean? Our other friends often do that kind of stuff. You cannot treat your friend to a delicious meal like this, can you? Don't you think that's unfair?
I don't see a problem with it. Typically, this kind of thing happens among friends who trust each other. They trust that the other person will return the money. Even if I did pay for your meal, would you ever pay me back? No, right? That's why I can't trust you. You should pay for your own food.
No, you deceived me. It was you who told me to join the party. I believed I could dine without cost, but you didn't inform me, and now you're saying I must foot the bill? I'm truly surprised. I don't think you can do this with your friend.
By the way, the restaurant waitress was worried about a dine and dash case. I overheard them discussing the possibility of reporting it to the police.
Dine and dash? Who are you referring to?
Don't you understand what I just... It's easy to recognize. Who do you think?
Are you referring to me?
That's right. It appears you finally caught on.
No way. Why would they call the police on me? You're the one who didn't cover my meal. You should settle the bill now.
I never agreed to cover your bill from the start. The waitress asked if I knew you, and I said I didn't. I described you as a random person who joined our table.
What? That's really impolite. We've been friends for nearly 5 years.
Maybe it's your own thought. Friends don't try to make others pay for their food without discussing it first. If you had simply mentioned you'd pay me back, I might have considered it. Instead, you forced me to invite you to my party just to satisfy your beefsteak cravings. And when that didn't work, you attempted to shift the blame onto me. And now you're trying to make me pay again. That's much ruder.
Okay, but now I don't have any money. Can't you cover me this time?
I won't pay you again. This time, you'll have to deal with the consequences on your own.
If you hold a party at that fancy restaurant, you must be the one with a good amount of money. Then why won't you pay for my restaurant bill? You afford to do that.
Just because I have money doesn't mean I have to waste it on you. You haven't given me a single reason to care about your situation right now.
What? Why are you refusing? Can't you see how much this is bothering me? That should be reason enough. What did I do to deserve this treatment from you?
Dine and dash.
I emphasize I didn't do that. You're distorting the truth to benefit yourself. You were supposed to cover my expenses.
Whatever. The police will look for you soon then. You should return to the restaurant and make a payment. Don't forget to bring the money to settle your bill.
Are you kidding me? Just pay the bill, please. Just this once. Come on. I won't ask you for anything else.
How many times do I need to repeat the same thing? I said no. If you keep pushing this, I might need to involve the police too.
Sure, go ahead. Do you anticipate the consequences of continuing to treat me like this? You won't be pleased, I assure you.
What's that? I can't wait to hear.
I'll tell our friends about what you have done to me. And at our next party, I'll tell them to eat a lot and push the bill to you.
Ridiculously, Regine. I mean, you can try it if you'd like. Let's see what they will do.
I bet they wouldn't want to hang out with someone like you.
Whatever. I also think no one will want to make friends with you if you continue to force others to pay for it. You're a restaurant. They'll like that.
Well, you don't even know the difference between what's right and wrong. You look down on me.
In what words did I say that I look down on you? It seems you can't distinguish between slander and me expressing my opinion, can you?
What's the issue here? Your view of me is quite unkind and could be viewed as slander.
I simply mentioned that you're acting foolish. That's just me sharing my opinion.
What? Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just ensure you cover my restaurant bill, right?
Nope. I actually just got back home. Sorry about that.
What? Weren't you just at the restaurant? Why did you depart without settling the bill?
Yeah, I was there, but I finished my meal, so I left. I didn't see any reason to linger there, obviously.
Oh no, what's your plan to address this situation? Hold on a moment. Now that I consider it, there might be a way for me to avoid the consequences.
How? What's your plan?
Well, that restaurant doesn't have any of my contact information, and they don't even know my name, or where I live. That means they cannot identify me. Thank goodness.
So that's your plan, huh? Quite interesting. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
I'll ensure you settle that restaurant bill no matter what. Be prepared.
I'm waiting for the result. Whatever. I don't care what plan we'll use to avoid being caught. I already told the restaurant your name, address, and phone number. Oops.
What? You disclosed my address to them? How could you? I can't believe you betrayed me like that.
Well, yes. I considered it hard for the restaurant staff to locate you without having any contact information, so I gave them. You know, sharing is caring.
What's the hell? Didn't you claim you did not know me? Are you scaring me?
Well, I did so, but I witnessed them getting really stressed about not having any leads, so I wanted to assist as much as possible. I felt a bit sympathetic towards them, you know.
You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I guess that the police is waiting at home.
This isn't a joke. I won't let the police catch me. I'm simply not going home. It's that straightforward.
All right, but I think your husband might help you. He's at home, right? Let's go home and tell the police the truth.
Who cares? He cannot afford to pay for me. You must be the one fixing this mess.
Are you still insisting that you haven't committed any wrongdoing? How long do you intend to stick to that position?
Because I haven't done anything wrong. You're the one who deceived me. This is all your fault.
Sure, go ahead and persist in portraying yourself as the victim. I won't interfere with that choice. Just bear in mind that the truth remains unchanged.
The truth? Do you even know what truth is? I'm innocent, and that's the fact. You're only trying to complicate matters.
You can do whatever you want. I can't prevent you from doing so.
I'm not engaged in any wrongdoing. Why can't you see that you're the one exaggerating this situation?
I've said what I needed to. Continuing this conversation would be a waste of time. It's pointless.
What's your point? How can you call it meaningless? I won't give up until you see things from my point of view.
You continually insist you're blameless and shift everything onto me. You did not seem to listen to anything I said. If you had admitted your mistake, I might have reconsidered.
Oh, stop talking. Please pay for my restaurant bill. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. So why don't you handle it yourself? Look, I'm exhausted. I must go to work tomorrow. I can't stay up all night discussing this nonsense with you.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening right now.
What's going on now?
The police are at our house. My husband has just texted me. He knew everything. He's talking about getting a divorce. It's your fault.
Oh, seriously? Looks like you got what you wished for. You were talking about wanting to divorce him not too long ago, weren't you?
No, it's not supposed to divorce this way.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. You should head home. Your guests can't wait anymore, and I'm sure they want to finish their work today soon.
No, shut up. Stop this nonsense and come help me. You must do that. You're to blame for this. If you had paid me the money, it wouldn't have been a big deal. It wasn't even costly, and I haven't done anything wrong.
I don't want to get involved in this case anymore. I must go to bed now. Bye. After that, Regine incessantly defended herself, blaming me for scamming her until she was eventually arrested. Even as she was being arrested, she continued to insist that I was responsible for everything. Her charges included dining in a restaurant and leaving without settling the bill. I had initially thought that she would be fined a small charge, but it turns out she's been slapped, with an additional charge of assaulting a police officer. Finally, her husband divorced her and was granted full custody of their child. Following her release from jail, she has no one willing to associate with her. I hope she recognizes that she's responsible for this situation at the very least.